This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka BadPalm82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Mezco 112 Collective Mezco Direct Exclusive Gomez Asian Edition. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcased in a slightly larger Mezco box, with an image of the figure at the center. Turning the box around, we can see some of the ton of accessories that this figure does come with. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here's Gomez out of the box. And what a rad and unique looking action figure. Mezco has done something very special in turning their logo into a really rad action figure that I cannot wait to check out with you guys. But before we take a closer look at the figure, let's take a closer look at all of his accessories. So Gomez does come with a ridiculous amount of accessories. Starting off, he comes with a boombox, 4 interchangeable head sculpts, a sniper rifle, a pistol, extra magazines for the rifle, 2 grenades, a wristwatch, and 14 interchangeable hands. Next up, we also get a circular base stand with the Mezco logo printed atop. We also get a clear articulated arm that articulates at 4 points with the clip. We get a hoverboard, 2 foam inserts, a scarf, 2 muzzle effect pieces, a sword with sheath, a backpack, and a trench coat. And lastly, we also get a Gomez comic book complete with sticker sheet and mini poster. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at Gomez Asian Edition. Okay, so before I actually show off the figure itself, I want to show off the comic book a little bit. So pretty cool. We got some nice artwork of Gomez right there on the hoverboard and the boombox with little 8-bit hearts. I think it's pretty dope. So I like this a lot, man. We just open this up and right away the colors feel very nice. The paper stock feels very good. We just flip through some of the pages right here so you guys get a quick idea of what's inside. And I really like these like fake ads. You know, look at that, what does that say, Madagascan Roach Farm? You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool. I love this. They kind of have this like James Bond feel to some of these like panels and things like that. Look really cool. Love this. Again, more of that Dinmok. The Dinmok, the Death Touch. That's from the Kumite. What do you call it? Bloodsport. That's pretty funny. Love that on 698 and shipping and handling. Some pretty cool stuff, and I like this a lot. Now, if you're in my Facebook group, you'll notice this. I posted this about, this is an actual image of like a samurai Gomez with a whole new jacket and everything and new accessories, a lot of stuff that they use from the 5 Ronin Wolverine, which I think is pretty rad. So we get some cool, that's an actual figure. So it makes me wonder if we're gonna get an official release of a samurai Gomez at some point as an actual official release. So it's in the comic here, and it clearly has some new parts, so I'm totally assuming we're gonna get that as an official release at some point. Like one of the little ads, Polaris, Polar's nuclear sub, jet rocket spaceship, giant robot, only $548 plus shipping and handling. Really cool images and drawings of Gomez, so very cool. The back of the comic book looks pretty awesome. Love that a lot, so very, very nice. So with the comic book out of the way, now we can take a closer look at the figure itself. Okay, so now Gomez here looks awesome, dude. He just has this very hitman assassin type of feel to it, and I really dig it. So Gomez is a cockroach. That's the Mezco logo, character, mascot, just done in a really awesome figure. The head sculpt itself looks incredible. I love the actual Gomez head. The dry brushing in there to really bring out all the sculpted detail looks great with the antenna, and I love like the eyes because they have this like sculpting underneath, and you can tell there's this clear plastic over that. It really gives it this like bug-eyed feel. Now we also do get a second cockroach head that is way more realistic, way more detailed. The mandibles on that look insane, and again, more of that dry brushing in the skull that brings up the sculpt just looks so good. I love that a lot. We also get another head that's not quite a cockroach. This is more of an ant head, and that one looks pretty good too. It's not my favorite. It's probably my least favorite out of the whole four, but it's pretty cool. It's almost like a completely different character. So if you have a second body, you could put that one on, and this could totally be like his ant buddy. You know what I mean? But again, those big bug eyes, you can really see the sculpt under there, under the eye lenses. Looks really freaking good, dude. Then we also do get a black mask skull. Black mask. Well, when I say that is because for those of us that are into DC Comics, there actually is a character called Black Mask where he wears this like black skull mask, which is pretty dope, and he wears a suit. So it kind of makes me wonder, with the detail of this, we could probably get a Black Mask in the future, or you can double this as a Black Mask character to fight your Batman figure. So they do just pop off at the head just like so. They're on standard ball pegs. And you can take another head, pop that back on, and it looks pretty good with all the different heads. Work out really nice, and I do dig every single one of them for the most part. So he is really just wearing a standard black suit, looks really nice with a gray shirt underneath, little buttons on there, looks nice, a nice tie, really good leather belt right there. Soft goods look pretty simple, but that's all you really need for this particular character. What I do like is that he's totally rocking some Chucks. Some Chuck Taylor, dude. Look at that, black and white. But instead of the Chuck Taylor star, we actually get the Mezco M logo on there, which is pretty rad. I mean, the detail on that is insane, dude. I love that. And even the bottom of the tread, we get the tread, but we also do get the Mezco M logo on the bottom of that. So how freaking rad is that, dude? I think Mezco completely killed it with this guy. He's so much fun. So not just the interchangeable heads, we get a ton of interchangeable hands, from close-fisted hands to gripping hands to finger-pointing hands. We even get a hand with these flipping the bird. We get different types of gripper hands for things like gripping his radio or his boombox, I should say. Hands with the flared-out fingers and just all kinds of crazy things. But pretty much everything you would want to do with this figure. So just a lot of crazy stuff, and man, I'm just tipping the iceberg because he has a ton more stuff. Okay, so we also do get a Mezco stand, which again, I've always said are my favorite stands, but this time we have the actual Mezco logo, which happens to be Gomez on there, which is really nice in that black, and almost like that's a black spot varnish right there. Spot varnish, excuse me, or whatever you want to, I forgot what the emboss, I forgot what that's called, but you know what I mean. That looks really freaking cool. And of course we get the clear articulated arm. We also do get some soft goods in this really dope trench coat, which is really nice. It looks like a black leather soft goods trench coat, and we do have like a little wrap or a little sash around it. And now this sash is actually on a bendy wire, so you can like tie it around his waist and close up the jacket. And when you pop that on, I think it looks really good, and it does slide on and off pretty easily, even over his jacket, which is really cool. We also do get this really big red scarf. This is the same one that we've seen with the 5 Ronin Wolverine, the exact same thing, nice and big and flowy. And there's a bendy wire in it too, so you can pose it around and do all kinds of crazy things that you would want to do. So we also do get probably my favorite accessory is this really awesome boombox. Very old school, just very cool, very something that I grew up on. We got the little tape deck there, the little radio station dial, all that looks really nice, very nicely painted and a ton of fun. You can lift up the handle, so you can actually hold it with one of his gripping hands, which is really nice, but you can also open it up for some storage. Now you have a little foam insert in there, which is pretty cool, and you can put all kinds of stuff in there just like so. But we also do get these 2 foam inserts, these little inlays. What you do is you put these in, and you can actually has little sections for the different accessories and the different weapons and gadgets and things like that. And you do have 2 options as far as those go to display the stuff in there, and I think you can only do it one at a time. But still, the fact that we get stuff like that is just shows the amount of detail that Mezco is willing to do. And again, that is such a rad accessory, dude. I freaking dig that. We also do get a backpack, which is really cool. Nice kind of stretchy straps right here, so it does go on his back fairly easily. Really nice little pouches and things like that. We can open this up, and that is a little Velcro piece, and we do get this little foam insert right there, but you can take that out and store a bunch of his weapons and accessories and stuff in there if you want to. This little foam piece is really just to hold its shape, so it doesn't get too flat and crumbled up and things like that, and you just close that up, which is really nice. One of the coolest things too, probably my second favorite accessory, is this hoverboard. So we got the nice black and white checkered, deck tape, excuse me, which looks awesome, very ska, very, my era and very 90s and things like that. But then you got the bottom detailing of the hoverboard, looks freaking nice. Do all that sculpted detailing, and there's some silver dry brushing in there, so it looks like he's like skidded on this, and all kinds of tricks and things like that. Looks really freaking good, and I love that a lot. What's really cool is that on the bottom of his feet and on the board itself, check this out, it's magnetized. So you can pose that around and totally fly around. You don't have to worry about peg holes or anything like that. It's just simple magnets, and it holds on there very well. And you'll see some pictures later on with some really cool poses and do some tricks and things like that, which is pretty rad. What's also nice is that you can take that backpack on a little Velcro strap right there, and you could take this and actually holster the hoverboard to the actual backpack itself, which again is very skater, very my era, because a lot of us used to carry our skateboards on our backpacks, between classes and things like that. Since we weren't allowed to ride them in school, that was an option that we used to have, and that's really freaking awesome, man. I totally dig that. Some other accessories here, we get this little mini poster. It's almost like a little wanted poster, but it's pretty cool. What I do like about this is if you make dioramas, you could totally put this little poster up on a little diorama as an accessory on against the wall or something like that, and I think that would work out really nice. We also do get this little sticker sheet, which you probably could use for things like the skateboard, or the hoverboard and things like that. You can see it says little Area 51 right there, a little F-bomb, get it? F-bomb, anarchy and things like that. All kinds of really cool stuff. Just very nice, and you could do, again, pretty much whatever you want with those. Now, one accessory that I really dig, if you fold up his sleeve here, you can see that he does have a wristwatch right there. Now, what's cool about this is if we take a really nice closer look, it says 112. How cool and how detailed is that his watch says 112? Very smart, very unique, and good job, Mezco. You guys legit know what you're doing when it comes to making guys like me totally mark out for your stuff, because that's pretty rad. So anyways, moving on to more stuff, because again, there is a ton. We get these really cool little grenades. I completely forgot what they're called, but these are really awesome, really big and detailed, and you get 2 of those. But check out the little skull emblem on there, on the actual grenade itself, which is really nice. These are a ton of fun, and you can get an wide open hand, and you can hold on to these pretty nicely, which is really cool. We also do get a couple guns here. We get this little pea shooter type thing. It's a very tiny gun, and he can hold it in his gripping hand, but it kind of reminds me of the noisy cricket from Men in Black. It was like the littlest gun, but it was the most powerful gun there is. That's kind of what this reminds me of, and I think that's what they were going for. What's really cool is we also do get this second gun right here. Now, this thing is pretty insane, because all these parts that are on here, I can customize this. So I could put on the buttstock right there and add that. I can take off this, extender or silencer right there, and I could put on this more extended one like that. And now I have more of a sniper rifle, which is really cool. And all the detail about this entire gun itself is pretty awesome. So I could take that apart, I could take that apart, I could have it just like this, I could take off the scope and just have it like that, I could take off the stock and just have it like that, or I can take, you know, put that shorter muzzle on like that and have a gun like so. The magazines are removable, which is really nice, and you can even see the little bullet detail in there, and you get 2 of those, which is really cool. We can also get these cool bullet effect pieces that we've seen with other figures, pop those on any of the guns like that. We got 2 different styles of those, which are very nice. Just a ton of crazy stuff that you can do with this, and you can break it down again and put it in things like the the boombox briefcase that I just showed a little while ago. So lots of cool things you could do with these guns, you know, mix them and match them, and just put different parts in different areas, and you can have the desired gun that you want and pose them in any way that you want. And I think that's pretty genius and just very innovative. You can even take the little gun like this and take maybe that smaller barrel and put that on there too. Or am I making this up? Didn't I have that on there? I could have sworn I had that on there. Let me see. Maybe it was this one. I don't remember. I could have sworn I had done that. Or maybe I'm just thinking about the bullet effects. You can put the little bullet effect on the small gun like that. So anyways, you get what I'm saying. Lots of really cool stuff that you could do with these guns, which is pretty insane. We also do get this very cool and very unique sword with a sheath. Looks very nice. A little nylon strap like that actually has an actual buckle, which is really cool, and that you can unbuckle that and strap it around, which is really nice. And you pull this out, and it has this really cool curved black blade, which is really slim and really sleek. And what a freaking cool sword, dude. Slide this back in like so. And again, I mean, this guy is a ninja, assassin, marksman, hitman, skater, probably a breakdancer kind of thing. It's pretty crazy who he is and what he is and all this wild things. I mean, you could just do a ton of stuff with this guy, mixing and matching parts and all that stuff. It's just wild, the things that you could really do with this cat. And if you have more than one, you can create a really cool little assassin team of pretty badass guys. Okay, so now let's show off his articulation, because it's surprisingly good. So the head and the neck are on ball joints, rolls around really nice, turns left and right, up about that far, down about that much, pivot side to side. And this specific head, the antennas are on ball pegs, so you can like roll those around, move them pretty much however you like, turn them to like one side, which is pretty cool for doing certain types of poses. Arms can go all the way up and around like full 360 without the cone. You can remove this coat if you really want to. I just don't have no desire to do that. Arms can go all the way up that far. It doesn't really feel like there's a butterfly joint in there. Might be a tiny one. It kind of feels like there might be something little. Rotate at the bicep. We have a double jointed elbow that works very nice. Rotation at the wrist as well as a hinge at the wrist. We get a double ball peg in the midsection, so that rolls around like so. Does turn left and right, pivot side to side, crunch back and forth. We got hip joints that kick forward that much, back about that far. Can do the splits surprisingly well, even with the soft goods. Rotation in that upper thigh. We got double jointed knees where he can practically kick himself in the butt. See nothing at the calf. Ball joints at the shoe right there at the ankle. Roll around, rotate up and down, and a pretty decent ankle rocker. So overall, this guy is insane. He is incredible. Oh my god, like I didn't think I was gonna love him as much as I do. He is definitely a contender for figure of the year, or top 10 figures of the year, I should say. Wow, all the things you could do with him is mind-blowing. And if you can snag one up, I know he's sold out online right now, but people in the groups might hook you up with some great deals. And so again, if you find one at a good price that you're willing to pay, I think he is absolutely worth it and definitely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your Mezco comparison, here he is standing next to a 112 Collective Joker and Blade. And just for fun, Here he is standing next to little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys. My review of the Mezco 112 Collective Mezco Direct Exclusive Gomez Agent Edition. Now, it's kind of crazy having some weird hip-hop insect who skateboards, who's also an assassin, who's also a hitman type of crazy mashup. I don't care, because it totally works. This figure is so much fun, from all those amazing head sculpts to the very good articulation to the nicely done soft goods to all those mind-blowingly cool accessories like his trench coat, the hoverboard, the backpack, everything is just so rad about this guy. He definitely is becoming one of my favorite figures in my collection very fast, and in my opinion, if you're a Mezco collector, this is one piece that you absolutely must have in your collection. And hey, if you're on Facebook, head over to my group, the Mezco 112 Collective Collectors, for all kinds of Mezco goodness. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.